So I had a bunch of questions come in about the movie weight video that I did yesterday, and I wanted to go ahead and answer a few of the different questions. The main question that I got was, how do I teach my dogs to do the stop in the middle? So if you watch the previous video from yesterday, when I would put the toy out, I'd release Trip, and then I would stop him midway to the toy, and then release him again. So I'm going to show you real quick kind of how I help them with that kind of mid-stop to the toy. Everybody, sit. Wait. So I'm just going to place the toy. Now what I do before we've even gotten to this point, as far as the toy being a long ways out and everything, I do a lot of work with the toy nice and close, and I guess we can go ahead and show that real quick. I do a lot of work with the toy real close, and I put my hand on his chest like this, and I'll just kind of hold him, and I'll ask him to wait. And what I'm looking for is pressure against my hand, right? So if I'm telling him wait, and I feel him relax, and I can tell, you know, his eyes aren't dilated. Right now he's like shaking a little bit because he hasn't worked all day, so he's extremely excited and wants to go. But that's telling me where his mind is right now. He really wants to get his toy. He really wants to do something today. So he's extremely excited. But when we started with him as a puppy, Jimmy would place his hand on his chest because everything he has learned is all, Jimmy's taught him everything. So he'd place our hand on his chest, and when we'd feel him kind of and relax into our hand, then we'd release him, right? So we're releasing and rewarding calmness and relaxation. So in our initial, teachings, and this is when he literally started doing the movie weight work when he was probably about 8 to 9 weeks old, somewhere in there. As soon as we got him, this is one of the first things he learned. So as a little puppy, as soon as I would feel him kind of and relax against your hand, and not be pushing or trying to push through your hand to get to the toy, then I'd release him so that he knew that calmness, that relaxation, that's what got you the toy. So we did a bunch of that with him. You're being such a good boy. Can you sit? So we did a bunch of that with him and gradually just kept moving the toy further and further and further out. Now at one point in his training, we wanted to start stopping him midway between the toy. And how we did it was like this. So I'm going to place the toy out here. Again, I'm not going to throw it because I'm a lousy tosser and I just know it's going to go way out of frame. And I would ask him to wait, so he's going to wait here nicely. Now what I'm going to do is position myself between him and the toy. I'm going to release him, and then I'm going to ask him to wait. And the reason I'm positioning myself between him and the toy is to give him a little bit more support and help. That my body language, one, I'm going to face him, and facing him is kind of putting pressure on his space, and it's asking him to give me that impulse control, to give me that stop, okay? So by placing myself midway, I'm going to be helping him make the decision he needs to, to not just run to his toy and self-reward. So I'm going to show that real quick. And he hasn't done this since he was, as far as me being midway between toy, he probably hasn't done this since he was maybe about 8, 9 months old. Wait. Nice. And then I would pat him, tell him what a good boy he is. Again, I'm looking for calmness. So while my hand is on him, he's wagging his tail, he's looking around. That's the kind of impulse control we're looking for. That's a good man. Yeah. Let me see. Drop. Drop. Yes. With me? Wait. That's what we're looking for impulse control wise. Calm, tail wagging, his ears are relaxed. He's checking everything out, looking around. That is what I want to see from a dog who's giving me some nice impulse control and showing me the calmness that we're looking for. So like I said, that's kind of how I help with the midway. And what I then end up doing is I start fading myself from the picture. So I may go ahead and throw this toy 10 feet away. Come here, sit. I may go ahead and throw this toy 10 feet away, and I might tell him to wait and maybe only step out this far, and he's going to run past me and ask him to wait. Just to kind of I'm supporting him, helping him make a decision to want to wait before he gets all the way to the toy. So now this was the main question beyond how do I stop them midway. The next big question I got was, what do you do if they self-reward? So what do I do if I throw this toy and he doesn't wait and he runs and he grabs it? I do nothing. He runs and he grabs that toy. As you can see, you know, when I release him to the toy, when he is interacting with his toy with me, you know, I tell him what a good boy he is, I let him jump on me, we'll play tug for a little bit, and I'm interacting with him. I'm giving him a nice, positive interaction between myself and him, and he loves that. He wants this between us, this connection, this teamwork. He wants that. So if he self-rewards to that toy, I'm going to do nothing. You know, I'll just stand here. He's going to come back with the toy, and I'll be like, oh, buddy, we missed an opportunity for this connection and interaction. He wants that. So by not giving him any of that time, that play, that interaction between the two of us, that is telling him something went wrong. I'm also now going to take a look at my criteria. Take a look at what I've asked him to do. Did I push him too far? Did I throw the toy too far? Did I maybe not support him enough? Am I going too fast through these steps? Take a long look at what you're asking them to do when they self-reward. Are they maybe in a place of frustration or stress that they don't understand the behavior that you're asking for? So really make sure to take a look at that. Now, if he self-rewards twice in a row, runs, you know, just runs and grabs his toy without doing his weight or the mid-stop or anything, then I'm really going to take a look at what I'm asking of him and see if I'm going too far. Now, if I feel like he is in a good place, that shouldn't have been too hard of behavior to ask of him, then I'm going to back it up a little bit. If maybe, you know, I haven't been going out and helping him mid-stop, I might now go out and help him mid-stop and just kind of reinforce good behavior. I never let my dogs do things wrong multiple times. You know, so if he self-rewards over and over and over again, I'm not going to continue that behavior. I'm not going to continue that to happen. I'm not going to let him keep self-rewarding. I'm going to change the game up. You know, if I've been helping him mid-stop and now I'm not, I'm going to go back and help him mid-stop. I'm going to figure out a way to change what it is I've been doing so that I can reward him for a correct behavior. But most dogs, and there are always exceptions to this rule, most dogs, they want an interaction. They want this team between the two of us. Which this could be a whole different video, but really make sure when you're playing these kind of games with your dog that you are building a connection and teamwork between you and your dog. Don't make this into something that is a training drill, you know, that is something that we're going out today and we're working on our moving weights and it is this structured drill. This is a game that I came up with in the winter because my dogs were bored and we needed something to do. And we just started playing with toys and that's how this came around. And it should always be a game. It should not be something that is a structured, we're training this. The next question I got, and I talked about it very briefly, is a dog that doesn't like toys or doesn't want to play with toys. What do you do? I have one of those dogs. Allie has no interest in playing with toy. I can get her to play with toy. I can, you know, have a little tug that's got, you know, like rabbit fur on the end on a string or something. Like I can get her to play with that. I can get her to interact with the toy, but it is not her first choice. And I'm a big believer in do what makes you and your dog happy. And toys just don't do it for her. So I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to make her like something that she doesn't really like. So this game for her, I have, they used to be called Lotus Balls. Cleanrun.com sells them now, and I do not remember the name. Somebody can throw in the comments if you happen to remember the name. But they are a ball that opens up. It's Velcro, and so you can open it up and put treats in the middle of it. She loves her Lotus Ball. So when I play this game with her, it is with that Lotus Ball that has food in it. So I do the exact same thing as what I'm doing with him and this toy, except that when I release her to her ball, her Lotus Ball, she's not bringing anything back to me. She's just running over and she opens it you know, and gets the food out and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes I put a string on it, so I don't have to walk all the way out and get it. I can just reel it back to me like a fishing line. So that is an option if you have a dog that does not like toys and doesn't want to play retrieve. You can do this with a target plate with food on it. You can improvise and make this game work for each handler, each dog, what works best, you know, for each one. I believe that is most of the questions. If you want a nice, detailed explanation of how to teach moving weights, how to apply it out in the agility ring, if you go to my website at www.fluidmotionagility.com, click on online training and then online lectures. There is an online lecture that I did. It's got video, it's got Word documentation, it's got everything in it about how I teach moving weights and how I apply them to agility. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, or you can email me privately at fluidmotionagility@gmail.com.